Hello. Another angle, or rather, same angle I did during my CD collection thing. But I I was looking through my CDs, just sitting here on my chair. But I was looking through my CDs, and I figured, you know what, this channel is called ReviewTube, and granted, 2012 doesn't really have much impact, but yeah, this channel is called ReviewTube, so I figured, you know what, let's actually get a review out there that isn't that crappy Blood on the Dance Floor video I made close to a year back. So, and before I go on, I just want to say that I can't tell you how stoked I was to get that. It's proudly on display right next to my CDs. And then, obviously with that, I got this. This is going to be contender for Album of the Year for me. Oh, frick. Or rather, my favorite album from 2015 that I bought. Because, as we all know, I do lists out of order, and part of those. Anyway, what I'm going to be reviewing today is, Wintersoul. You've heard me talk great praises about this album. The inside of Frozen Storm Apocalypse. The back of it, very cult looking stuff. Just awesome looking landscape, stormy, like apocalyptic stuff back there. But that's not what I'm talking about today. What I am talking about is the sound of the album. And I'm going to attempt to go track by track. It has been a decent amount of time since, not decent, but it's been maybe around 2 weeks since I've listened to this last. But I got the urge, and just like with my Legion of the Black review, I figured, you know what, I'm gonna do this regardless of how long it's been. And you know what, 2 weeks isn't that long, so I'm gonna run through it track by track. And so we start off with, and this is some of the fiercest, grind black metal, near grindcore black metal you will ever hear. This is possibly one of my this is just amazing. I'm so happy that I had this. I really wish they would come out with another one. That should tell you how well I think this album is. But anyway, yeah, Wintersoul. Again, I'm stumbling over stuff. Okay, so we start off with intro of just winds blowing, and just you can hear the whipping of the winds, and for the intro called Frostland, and maybe about half a minute in you hear somebody whisper Frostland, and then then you immediately are just shoved, whether or not you're aware of it or not, you are just automatically shoved into Dawn of Ice Hearts, the next track. It obliterates and just annihilates anything in its path. It is heavy, it is fast, it is fierce black metal. It is amazing. Sorry, there's a floaty in front of me. It crushes everything in its wake, and it doesn't take any prisoners. It is the riffing and the drumming sounds inhuman. It is so good. And actually, one thing that kind of bothered me at first about Wintersoul was I tried to match, because typically you can match up the lyrics with at the song that's playing. No, with Wintersoul, it doesn't bother me anymore because I'm not big on lyrics. But for Wintersoul, the first song Dawn of Ice Hearts goes like, from the ashes of fallen angels where cursed shadows of death grow, the cruel black winds never end beneath the mist of descending night. You can barely even understand what Armoth is saying during this. This is just an amazing. That was just the best possible intro or song that they could have chosen for the intro to this song. It is phenomenal. Then after that we have Thorns of Winter, which again is just shoves you in like pants or not. It will take you for such a freaking like which in honestly in my opinion not very much black metal can be mosh to, but this is one of the rare exceptions of that is Wintersoul. And Thorns of Winter, probably next to Dawn of Ice Hearts and The Awakening. This whole album is amazing. But Dawn of Ice Hearts, Thorns of Winter, The Awakening, Shades of Tarot, Shadows of Death, Blood on Ice, Dark Winter Skies, As the Snow Falls, just this whole album is amazing. But this is one of the, in my opinion, one of the few black metal bands that I would actually consider moshing to. It's just, again, shoves you in, pants or not, and just, you either go along for the ride or you jump out because you're too scared. It is phenomenal. And again, near grindcore frosty black metal. The riffing and the drumming, again, are so just inhumanly fast and just... And then, again, with Armoth's vocals, he comes in and you can't really match it up, and it just sounds like he's, like, shriek croaking. Not like croaking as in, like, what you might get with the case of Inquisition, but croaking as in, like, like, that's not a good example. I'm not a very good black metal vocalist. But, like, what you get is just the crow, black, went, like, typical black metal, growls, and then and then he comes in, pardon me, then he comes in with just typical black metal growls, but they're delivered so fast more often than not that you don't even have time to understand what he's saying if you can without the booklet. And then after that we have Dark Winter Skies, which is the least memorable but not my least favorite track on this whole album. Dark Winter Skies is just, it kills it fast. There's really not much to comment on, because up until The Awakening, like, granted the tracks sound a lot of the same, but the riffing and everything about it is just phenomenal. And then past that past Dark Winter Skies you have The Awakening, and that is probably one of my favorite, like, intros to a song ever. And then who does drums? Nargath just comes in with just an obliteratingly fast bass drum. Not like bass as in like side, but kick drums. Yeah, kick drums. He comes in with an obliteratingly fast kick drum, and then I'm sorry, I keep checking. Acephus comes in with pardon me. He comes in with the guitar, and just the riffing and the drums just go perfectly together, and then Armoth with this standard, just like you can't understand anything, pure barbaric amount of just amazing vocals again comes in, and you're taken for another ride that you should expect by this point. And then, okay, I will be right back, just give me a hot second here. Okay, I'm sorry about that. I just remembered that I had to check out some library books, and unfortunately, I didn't have to check them out, but I had to renew them, and unfortunately, Miss Peregrine's Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children is on hold yet again, so I have to finish it another time. Lucky me. Anyway, where were we? We were on Shades of Terror, yeah. There's really not much to say. Like, next, Dark Winter Skies and Shades of Terror are, but like the two least notable songs on the album. I mean, they're pretty much the same as everything else, but it's like, again, fierce, fast, and in your face, just destroying grindcore black metal. I'm gonna start calling it black grind. But Shadows of Death. That's when, who is the female vocalist? Melanie Sarah. That's when she comes in. Actually, I think she might come in the Shades of Terror too. But she comes in with just this haunting, beautiful vocals, which you think that haunting and beautiful, like clean song vocals on black grind would be so out of place and just not fitting at all. But no, she comes in with just this, again, haunting vocals. And interesting story about this. Sorry about that, I ticked. But funny story about this is that I brought this to my church one day, and because I was grounded from my phone and I had no access to music, but there was a CD player in the youth room. So my friend Lauren comes into the youth room while I'm playing this, and while Melanie Sarah is singing, she gets up and leaves after about half a minute, saying that she feels like she's being possessed. So I should give you sort of an idea of what it sounds like. It's just amazing. It's beautiful, and I love her interjections to the songs, which are already just intense, and then she makes it even more haunting than it already is. Blood on Ice next. What else is there to say about it? It's just I think it it might be Shades of Terror or Blood on Ice, but it comes in with a and with a black metal tuning on it. It's just like a short little intro, and then to the usual Wintersoul shenanigans. Just it comes in and it's fierce and again unforgiving. And then after that we have the Snow Falls, which is a good outro track. I mean, honestly, to me, it's about the same as Frostland, but it was still a very good way to exit the album, which, again, was already fierce and haunting when Melanie Sarah comes in, and then this comes in just, oh, it was so good. So good. Oh, bugger. Don't want that happening again. I just replaced the jewel case. But yeah, this also has some, as I've already mentioned earlier, it just has some fantastic artwork. The dragon eagle looking things, the cultist right there, just the apocalyptic looking skies, the Grim Reapers, which I can only assume to be the Door of Death, or Death's Door, whatever. Just okay. Anyway, it's just okay. If I had out of 10, if I had to give this album rating, I'd probably say 8.5, or in my opinion, this album is almost perfect, but my personal feeling aside, if I had to rate it, it'd probably have to be about an 8.5 out of 10, maybe an 8 if I had to be especially technical with it, because it's a lot of the same stuff. It's like melodic war metal, like Conqueror, Revenge, Archgoat, Black Witchery. It's like, it's war metal, but it's similar to war metal, but not quite like them. Where Archgoat, like, you can tell it's like black metal, but with Conqueror and Revenge, you can also tell it's black metal. However, with this, or like with those, it's like it sounds pretty much all of it sounds the same, and I can't really flag them for doing that. It sounds good. Not necessarily my thing, but I'll listen to it when I'm angry, and then it really suits the mood. It really gets me. That makes it sound better. But with Wintersoul, it's like it's like more melodic and more well produced than Conqueror and Revenge, and it is just so good. So if you like black metal or war metal similar to that, but again more melodic, not as heavy as Archgoat, more well produced and a little more technical than Conqueror and Revenge, then again I'd highly recommend this. In my opinion, this album is like a 9, but judging it unbiasedly, I'd have to say it's probably closer to an 8.5 or even an 8. I can't really give a definitive answer for that, but hey. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Okay, no, this is the second review that's actually I have all my thoughts together. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm probably going to be uploading one for, no, not Tremonti, I haven't listened to that enough. For probably Woven War next, maybe? I'm guessing Woven War. Maybe I'll do Ancestor since I'm on black metal. But, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed this second review on this channel that isn't complete jumbled garbage. And have a good day, go out and enjoy life, keep it metal, and quit watching my stuff. Seriously, you probably have so many better things you could be doing.